What's going on, everybody? Good morning. How we doing? All right. I had to come a little early this morning because I got some things I need to get squared away. So, tell y'all I had a new job, and I have gotten my new job. I'm thrilled. I am the 44th Medical Brigade's Senior Maintenance Supervisor. It is an honor to be here in this job. All right. So, I get to go out and do things that are maintenance. Okay. I get to get back to my craft, get back to my roots, as some people like to call it, and do some maintenance things. But today, I've come here to talk to y'all about how you get there matters. All right. What are we talking about this morning, Oz? All right. So, here we go. When I say how do you get there matters, I have a little illustration, right? So, we could all say we know what 75 degrees is, right? We've all felt 75 at some time. But there's multiple ways to get, well, there's two main ways that you can get to 75, assuming that you have some type of AC system, right? So we could either turn the heat up to get to 75, or we could turn the heat off and turn the air conditioning on and turn, I meant to get to achieve that temperature. Like we can get there with cold or we can get there with heat. All right. We've all heard the thermostat analogy. You have some leaders who are thermometers and some leaders who are thermostats. A thermometer goes into a room, and a thermometer can tell you what the temperature of a room is. It can get the pulse. It can say, hey, it's hot in here, it's cold in here. A thermostat has the ability to tell you what the temperature is, and then it has the ability to control the temperature, and it has the ability to determine how that climate is going to change, whether it's with heat or whether it's with cold air. All right, hold on, let me get over here. Whether it's with heat or whether it's with cold air. Now, where am I going? This is all going to make sense here real soon. If I decide to change the temperature with heat, or I decide to change the temperature with cold, is going to determine what the outcome is. Now, like I said, we've all heard this analogy before, but today I see this differently. As leaders, as thermostats, we have the ability to affect the the livelihood. We have the abilities to affect the quality of life that our people have. Now, you're right. We can determine if it's hot or if it's cold, but the question is, are we going to make everybody miserable along the way? Now, the cold is a good time, right? That's the rewards. It's the laughing, the joking, the camaraderie, the trust, all the things that's built from us working together as a team. But the heat is the pain, the suffering, the sweat, the tears. Now, as leaders, we have to look at this thing from the standpoint of we have to drive our teams. We have to drive our teams because the majority of our times are, as people, we don't know what we're capable of. We need someone who can see our potential and reach down into us and pull that potential out. Now, as a leader, you have to be able to identify what your team's weaknesses and strengths are. And you want to push them right to that point of where that weakness is, and then you want to make that weakness stronger and stronger a little at a time. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to drive your team to the point where you burn them out, you break them, and you do all of that. Because some people don't come back well once you break them. Some people don't feel, you don't have to break people for them to improve. You can simply do gradual incremental improvements and training to get people to where they need to be at. It's kind of like working out in the gym. They have what they call scaling, right? If I've been away on vacation for quite some time, I'm not going to go back into the gym and try to jump into my very stringent routine. If I do, there's consequences for that. All right. I'm going to be sore. There's going to be a lot of lactic acid buildup. I could potentially hurt myself. There's a lot of things that go with that. So if I scaled it and say, hey, I haven't done this in quite some time, I could go ahead and scale that thing on down to the point where I can go in there, I can get a good exercise in, and I can work my way back into my routine, avoiding the super high lactic acid buildup, avoiding potential injury, and avoiding having a miserable time. And that's what this conversation is about. Like how you get there matters. Um, as leaders, we have to look at how we're going to get there. How are you going to do it? Like there's multiple ways to do it, but you got the cold and you got the heat. It ain't got to be all cold and it ain't got to be all heat. And we got to determine when is the appropriate time to use the cold and to use the heat. All right. With that said, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of here. Had to come a little early this morning. Got some things that I need to take care of. I appreciate everybody for coming out and joining me this morning. Look, you're important. You matter. And don't let anybody make you feel as if you're insignificant. If you do, get into the inbox. We have people here to help you. The NCOPD Live team is here to help you. Let's Talk About It is here to help you. And the Women's Intentional Podcast is here to help you. Look, life's a choice. I'm depending on you to choose well. Oz here signing out. I'll be talking to you soon.